So here we are. I'll be honest. We've been a little slack on our digital content this summer. Just, summer. Courtney. Blame Courtney.
Summertime.
She only works like every third day at this point during the summertime. So really not been putting, we've been doing podcasts, getting them out, just not, every 2 weeks, maybe every 3 weeks. And then I get lazy it's hard finding people sometimes. Like after you do like 20 or 30 of these.
Did you go to the bottom of the barrel this time?
I did. So that's why I called you.
Repeat.
I was like,
Repeat.
April will do it.
With no idea what we're here for today.
No, I still don't know what we're here for today.
All I know is Courtney said, don't wear green.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to talk about radon.
I know. I was really disappointed
I can't handle
that we didn't
again.
get to talk about radon and how everyone should get tested every 18 to 28 months.
For radon. You got to get tested for radon.
For radon. I just tested. Just test your air, please. You can test it for whatever else you need to, but for radon, I guess. Yeah.
And so what do you want to talk about?
We could talk about spooky, scary time.
No,
I
we're
talk
not-
about that all day.
Spooky, scary time.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Busch Gardens.
Oh my gosh. I do. I care.
I mean, you say it's August, and you're absolutely correct, but the stores are filled with
That doesn't make it right.
Halloween apparel
Doesn't make it right.
and other things.
Right?
But I think what you're doing is you're limiting yourself to thinking like skulls and fun, like festive, spooky things is only an October thing.
Fall. All right. I like all things about fall other than the abundance of pumpkin stuff because that's a little over the top.
I don't really need the pumpkins as much.
Yeah.
Starbucks, they are coming
No,
out with
they're
a pumpkin spice chai tea latte. I'm drinking a chai tea right now. I am so
the
excited.
coffee you have in 2023 has to cost like $11 at this point.
It is $7.10, but I get a 10% off because I have like the cup.
That's cool.
the
So you
reusable
save
cup.
3 cents.
So it's back to where it was before the
10%
prices
of
went
like
up.
$7 is like.
I did hear they're going to start charging a little bit more if people continue to say light ice. So just,
Oh my God, that's what I get. Wait.
Yeah, I know.
Is that why the price went up?
I'm hoping that they don't really do that. So.
I think that's stupid because I feel like they put the same amount of ice
You
in
get
there.
less coffee.
Well, I
You
know
get
that,
less
but when
coffee
I asked
with
for
full ice and then
but when I asked for less
that's
ice,
called a business
I
model.
feel like they put the same amount of ice in there as they would a regular one.
You
Like
know
the other
when-
day, 2 scoops of ice went into my cup, and I was like, "Did I say light ice? I might have missed it." And I looked back, and I was like, "No, it says light ice on there."
It's just like when
Right.
in bar when you order a drink from the bar, when they're making the drink, if the drink when they pour it in a glass, if it doesn't fill all the way up because they didn't do the measurements right, they just shove more ice in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're still paying. Yeah. So yeah, it's a business model. It's an illusion that you get more.
Is that the kind of business model you go by? Is illusion business model?
I mean, home inspections are just an illusion. At the end of the day, no one cares what we have to say other than the buyers. We can't make anybody do anything. And then everybody just gets mad with what we find and then discredit everything that we find. So it kind of is just like a magician, right? They don't believe us. They don't care what we have to say. And then
They're
they try
gonna
to
believe you
discredit us.
later, though, when that thing doesn't work.
Yeah.
Pay
It
about
dies or
$400
catches on
just to
fire.
get mad.
Right.
Right. I mean, I've had agents, tell clients that what I found was wrong, and the clients, without anybody coming and checking on it, so they discredited the whole thing, and then the clients called me, 6 months later with a $10,000-$15,000 repair bill because what I found wasn't wrong. And
Well,
but
it's
it's
like you do this for a living
but
or
it's
something.
my fault somehow still because their agent said call your home inspector.
I want you to know I'm not blaming you.
So even though it's all in the report, it's still my fault somehow.
Right.
Even though, anyways, I digress.
A
So,
little.
so yes, back to the illusion. Yes, we're pretty much like a magician. All the same.
No, we
aspects.
lost our magician.
We did. So when we hire a new person, not only do you need to be licensed as a home inspector, you need to be a magician as well.
Oh, is this something that Justin was
Yeah,
able
Justin,
to
you didn't know that?
do? No.
What?
Justin didn't. Yeah, he did magic tricks.
I mean,
If you
tell me more.
watched our first episode of the podcast, you would know this.
So this is your second time you haven't watched a single episode. That's
No, I watched my own.
There's no okay. So
And I watched
before we
Jeanette's.
started recording, April goes, "What background do you guys put on there? If you watched the podcast, you would know."
You have to understand, there's only so much room in here for memory, and the things that don't mean a whole lot, we just kind of get rid of, and then if we need it later, backgrounds of podcasts are not like top priority. The appointments that people make with me are top priority, so I've never missed one of those, right?
We're not a top priority for her.
No, that's what I just said. Like, you didn't hear my words correctly. We're just going to say that.
We'll play it back.
Blind.
Yeah.
I'm saying a background is not top priority.
I know what you said, but what I heard was we're
that's
not
not
priority.
my fault that you didn't hear correctly.
It doesn't matter. My feelings already hurt.
Yep.
Your feeling? Just the one you have left?
Yeah.
The only one?
Yeah, you gotta. If you go buy her another $11 coffee, it'll fix the feeling.
100%.
Right,
It's $7.10.
Right on test.
Clearly, I'm paying her too much. She's buying $11 coffee. Yeah.
I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I can't stop.
Yeah, I've had Colin going with me. My son, who's 13, going with me a couple days a week when I have inspections, and he likes Starbucks, and I'm like, "You getting paid now?"
That's right.
Because this guy's not paying for $11 coffee. You know, like we went once. That's only because I had like a gift card with some money on it. That's it. Otherwise, yeah, I'm out on $11 coffee, and that's not just Starbucks. Like they all do it now.
Dunkin' is also like, I get a chai tea latte from there with some caramel in it, and that one is like maybe 10 cents cheaper.
Yeah, they're all.
I know Dunkin' used to be like the cheap one.
Yeah, the couple in New Kent, they're good, but again, you're not saving any money by not going to the other ones. So
which one?
I mean, I don't want to say it.
Okay, never mind then.
No, I mean Safari and
it's all about the same price.
Yeah, it's all about the same price. So it doesn't matter where you go. So you're still
if it's good coffee though, like coffee is, if I had one drink that I could have for the rest of my life, like I would choose.
Not be coffee.
It would be coffee for me. Like
that's dumb.
and black. I want black coffee. But
I chai latte for me.
Yes, but
even
I mean,
black coffee is like $3 a cup.
Well,
these days.
Ain't no 99-cent coffee anymore.
You can make it at home. I don't know if you guys are like aware of this.
That's what I do.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So if you have good coffee, so what I was going to say is I don't mind paying.
Is this a short story or a long story?
It's a short story if you let me finish it. I don't mind paying the extra funds if it is good coffee. So, and you can find that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
What else you got?
No, this is you. You have to. I will reciprocate and I will feed your content that you.
I've already given my input on what we should talk about, and that got shot down. So.
What was your input? I don't remember. I have a condition.
Oh my god!
Busch Gardens and.
Oh no, we're not talking about Busch Gardens. That's dumb. Nobody cares.
Oh my god!
We're technically in the Richmond market, I guess. In Williamsburg.
We could talk about Kings Dominion.
Yeah,
I got that on lowdown as well.
I haven't been there since like 6th grade, so that was a long time.
I feel like
ago.
I don't think there's like you. If you're going to Kings Dominion, there's also like Kings Dominion and Busch Gardens. They're both the Richmond find. You just like some people like the Kings Dominion side better. Some people like.
It depends on what you're like looking for.
I disagree.
Well, what really wasn't a question. I was making a statement.
And I'm telling you, your statement's wrong. So.
All right. See you guys next week.
I mean, people that live in Midlothian is not driving to Williamsburg. They're going to Kings Dominion.
I didn't like Williamsburg, so for years my family had a family pass. I mean, I didn't like Kings Dominion.
Wow.
So our family
What's
did.
wrong with Williamsburg?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Just blackballed a whole city.
It wasn't. I misspoke. What I was saying is my family went to Busch Gardens, not Kings Dominion, even though Kings Dominion was closer. Like we preferred the atmosphere of Busch Gardens.
But honestly, and this just comes from scientific research and studies, surveys.
I feel like you're gonna lie right now. As soon as you set that up.
Think Williamsburg is like another state, and I know this because when you talk to people like, "Hey, where you live?" New Kent, like, "Oh, that's so far away." I'm like, "Really?" It's 30
if it's
minutes.
over, if it's over a 20-minute drive, people go like crazy.
Yeah, people on the West End and stuff, they think New Kent's like a whole other state.
Well, they think Southside is subpar, so.
Yeah, well.
My mom has blacklisted Kings Dominion.
I live there. Not subpar.
So no, I agree with the people just prefer one park over the other. Like my mom has blacklisted Kings Dominion because they took Volcano out and that was her favorite ride and she has yet to be back.
The Grizzly?
Oh my God, they redid part of the Grizzly, so now it's like it's a lot smoother. You're not going to get off there and have like a migraine and want to throw up. But they only did like half of it, so like you're like, oh wow, this is a lot better, and then it goes back to like the old track and you're like, oh my God.
I mean, the rickety part was what made it fun.
I'm glad
and then
they
had
kept
the Rebel
it.
Yell, but now it's called Curler or something.
Do you have any like breaking news about Busch Gardens that we can talk about? Like what's their plans? What's the next big roller coaster?
When is the Halloween? What is it called? Halloween Fest or something? When does that come out? Hallow Scream. When does that start?
That's not breaking. That's every year. We're not talking about that. Like, do you have any insider trading information? What is the name of the next big roller coaster? What are they doing?
If
you don't have that information, we're not talking about
it. They have not announced anything, or nobody has been really talking about stuff, just because the Dark Coaster has basically just came out. So everybody's still very hyped over that.
And it's got a whole 3 days of operation time.
Yes. Yeah. I have tried to ride that ride 3 times now, and I have yet to be successful. And
do you not just put on a staff shirt, even if it has like Halloween stuff on it, and just go to the front?
Well, it still has to be able to run. It's always down.
That's the problem. Don't ride that if it's not safe.
No, here's the thing.
No, ride it. It's super safe.
When Busch, because this happens like with every new ride. Like Pantheon was down a hot minute every so often. Like every day is probably down at least once. And it's because it's a new attraction. So with new attractions, you don't have like the knowledge that you do with the attractions that have been there.
Really worked out the kinks yet, which is why you should wait 3 years to ride it.
Haven't really worked out, or you should wait that long because the lines are 3.5 hours long to ride it.
That's exactly why I don't ever ride anything. Like I think this is the first year I rode. What's the wooden one?
Invader.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it. The guy who is the so in the video that they show telling you how to like do the ride or get in it. The Viking that's in that is my boss.
Oh.
Like my big boss.
Sid?
So that's Courtney out here talking about Busch Gardens.
I could talk about it all day.
They don't know what they're doing.
When we drove to Nashville, I'm pretty sure I talked the entire time about
She did 10-hour drive to Nashville. Never again. Never again.
No, I bet you guys bonded.
She got left on the side of the road in West Virginia somewhere.
The whole ride there, I was probably talking about Busch Gardens and stuff, and the whole ride back, I was singing. So.
Oh, that's really cute. Did you want to sing for us today?
I already did.
You did today?
I did. The summertime song.
Oh, but that was really short.
Mm-hmm. That's all you're getting, recorded wise.
All right. I have a story that Jeanette shared with me. If you're interested, it's a really crazy kind of realtor story.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it's from Jeanette. So.
Yeah. Right.
Do we need to bleep her name out?
No. She would love it.
I love
so she was telling me, she was like, okay, because I love people and I love children and I love pets and all this kind of stuff. So this happened, and she was like, April, oh my goodness, April, I have to tell you what happened. And she said, so she has a neighbor a client who has kind of like a postage stamp size, like front garden, front yard. And so as she has gotten rid of most of her stuff, like she didn't have like a proper lawnmower anymore. She had a weed whacker. So she's going around doing the lawn, but it was small, right? So she was doing this with a weed whacker. And her cat was outside, and she nicks the cat's tail. And the end of the tail comes off.
Oh,
my God.
She is freaking out, screaming, everything else. The cat is just like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's insane. And so she, is barely thinking, but she picks up the cat, gets her, grabs the towel, get her in the car, and goes to Walmart.
That's the logical place to go.
Do you know why it's the logical place to go? Because it's the largest retailer.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Retailer.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
That took me out.
We're going to take that whole section out. So, yeah, we just shortened this
really
podcast
good.
by like
good.
30 seconds.
No, really. This is the conversation that Jeanette and I had. I promise.
I don't doubt that at all.
I love it so
I'm
much.
100% confident that is the conversation.
I know. And so right after that, she went to like the top of my life that she wasn't already there, but she just like, just loved it.
Give her some bonus points.
Yeah. Yeah, she got those.
And she's in your 212 group, right?
Yes, she is. Yeah.
We had, oh my God, I don't remember his name.
The individuals know what 212 is. It's a networking organization, unlike traditional networking, where you have permission-based referrals. Basically, you're making relationships. No, really, it is. It's kind of cool. You make relationships with individuals, and that's how you organically pass business. So it's a little bit different than come to a group at a certain time, certain place, and make sure you have a list of things to do. You make relationships with individuals. You really form those friendships, and then things can organically grow.
Don't you still go to a certain place at a certain time?
Sometimes.
I mean, Courtney's got to go someplace every Thursday.
Well, maybe her group's a little bit more rigid. Maybe mine meets at a rooftop pool sometimes. Maybe we don't.
We've met at the park before, but we call them our pop-up parties.
I love that. See? You're being creative thinkers. I want to encourage that. Even if he doesn't like it when you're a creative thinker. I do.
She's the third most creative person in the entire world. That's what she put on her resume.
That's not true.
I would.
That's what she told me.
I would love that.
First off, it wasn't even third; it was fifth.
She didn't tell me until after I got hired. It was like in second grade. So
fifth grade, actually, fifth grade.
Yeah.
So I did. Do you know what Odyssey of the Mind is?
Refresh my memory.
That means no, she doesn't.
Yeah. It is a program that kids. Well, it goes all the way up to college.
I thought it was only in elementary school.
No, it goes all the way elementary, middle school, high school, college. Like Virginia Tech does it. It is a creative problem solving thing, like a program for kids. So they are given a long-term problem and they have to solve it in creative ways. And then they present that solution to judges, whether it be through a skit. You have like the balsa wood problem, which you build a tower that holds like a ton of weight that can only be like this tall, which is small.
Yeah, that's good radio content.
It's small. Yes. 15 paper clips. It can't be taller than like 15 paper clips or something crazy like that. My mom was very much enjoyed that one. Is upset that we never did that one.
Your mom did all the work for you?
No. Parents.
So your mom's the fifth most creative person?
Parents are parents and coaches are not allowed to do anything. The only thing that they can do is like just
purchase the supplies.
Yeah, purchase the supplies and be there to make sure that we don't slice a finger off because we are kids. We have to have supervision. That's it. So in fifth grade,
I was going to say she's speaking in the now.
Well, because it's still a thing. Like not for me, but
yes, it is still a thing for you needing supervision. Yes.
Oh, I don't need So
you don't cut a finger off.
Do you know this is way off topic.
Shocker.
Do you know the
She's never going to finish that other story.
I will.
I want to know who's fourth, third, second, first.
I don't remember, but Poland was somewhere above us, and they had this like ridiculous chant because first off, Poland has so many teams that compete in Worlds, and every time that Poland was announced, they had this like 30-second long chant that they would do. So it's like every other time that this chant was going off, and it's like, oh my God, I was getting upset at Poland.
The chant? You beat them.
We did. Yeah. We beat Poland.
So maybe you should clarify, not like actually physically beat them. So that's frowned upon.
I've got a new philosophy on life now. I was listening to Jocko podcast. You know who Jocko is? That's a no. Jocko is a retired Navy SEAL.
Okay.
And he brought on another retired Navy SEAL who's actually grew up in Poland, born and raised in Poland, was a political prisoner, came to the U.S., became a Navy SEAL, retired, and he wrote a book. And Jocko says in his book, he put in there, violence is the answer, and if it's not, you're just not applying it hard enough. I agree with that.
You know, my friends say that I'm the like person that would get into a bar fight.
And he's from Poland, so it goes right into her story. So yes, it actually connects. See,
I'm gonna work on how I'm going to apply that later. And I feel like you should have parental advisory on this episode just for the sheer fact of you're saying yes to violence.
Well, I will say,
choose
so
violence.
when these
Wake
are
up and choose violence. All right?
when these are uploaded,
Choose
you
life.
have to choose whether or not it's for kids. So I always say no.
Always
But
say no.
I always say no because
And we don't even have the bar scene up on this.
I mean,
one. And you guys have talked about a bar more than once now.
And then it says like
'Cause
once
you
you
won't
hit
drink.
no, you can.
Brown. I don't drink brown liquor.
I have come around to Fireball.
No.
that's not even real liquor.
I have
You can
come
buy it at
around.
Kroger. It's not real.
Yeah,
I have come around to
yeah.
it. But I
when-
only
I'll
like
have
it when
some
it's like
coffee.
freezing
If you
cold.
put some coffee in a shot glass, I will totally sip on that. I'm not even going to shoot it.
Oh
I
my!
went to the match this morning, and so I woke up this morning and chose violence.
Yes.
Now,
but
it did not end well for me, but I still chose violence.
But it was in a proper release and practice for protection of,
Sure.
violence that
Yeah.
that could happen in the future. But it's also a release of, emotions, and so
Was.
you can channel your issues in a proper manner.
A bunch of guys
The-
get together and roll around with one another
In our
on a mat.
pajamas and sweating on each other.
She just did the gross wave. The gross wave.
So, last Thursday, it was hot, and one of the guys was like, "Hey," because I wear a rash guard underneath the gi, which is,
Yes.
yeah.
Did you
And-
need to explain to everyone what that is?
No, they
Okay.
can Google it. They make these things that go in your pocket now. You can Google stuff. And they're like, yeah. A couple guys like, we don't wear rash guards anymore because it's so hot. Once we started ditching the rash guards, it's so much cooler now. I said, yeah, it's all until you go for a single leg takedown and the side of your face plants on somebody's sweaty belly as you're trying to push them to the ground. And you're like, man, I really wish they would have wore rash
But
guards.
is it like soft and squishy belly? Because that could be comfy.
Well, yes, when I did it, yes, it was the person that I was doing that to. Yes, it was soft, but yeah. So, anyways, title of this episode: Choose Violence. That's at the end of the day. Choose violence.
And the
My
title
job a lot easier.
on my side, it's going to be Choose Love.
Choose.
Choose violence? ? Choose love ?
That's
What
right.
side are you on?
The girl with the skulls on her shirt says Choose Love.
Yeah.
I know. I'm here for that shirt. I am ready for the spooky season to start.
This stays out all year, though. Like,
Good, as it should.
mhm.
As it
Just,
should.
you don't need to limit yourself with things you enjoy.
So I had Steve Parks call me on Friday. He's an agent here, and he's like, "What are you doing tonight?" And I said, "I'm going to the gym." He said, "You want to skip the gym?" I'm like, "Not really." Why? I'm thinking he's got like realer things for me to do. And he's like, "I got tickets to a concert."
Oh.
I was like,
And he invited you?
he did. I have friends. People like me. And I said, "No, then we'll go roll around to Courtney's Point with a bunch of dudes in pajamas." That's what I did.
So you gave up tickets?
I did.
To who?
Dan and Shay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw The Cure last month.
I mean, to be fair, I was already
Throw that out
on the West End. I live in New Kent. I was already on that side, so it was like 4:00 in the afternoon. So
Your gym's on the West End?
it's
It's near Short
it's
Pump?
Midlothian now.
Oh, okay.
It's Midlothian. Well,
Okay.
We actually did
I
a
had my
podcast
inspection.
episode with the owner.
yeah,
of
with
that.
JB. Yeah, talked about self-defense and business because he owns a
Right.
business. So,
November. I'm doing that in November.
yeah.
Right?
Yep, that's what you say.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to choose violence in November. She says.
Wow.
I'm going to learn how to channel
Take
my
down-
aggression properly.
Take down all the agents that yell at you.
They do. Sometimes they are just not kind.
In the 4 years I've been in business, I've not been yelled at as much as you have since you've been around the last how many months now?
Okay, you mean around with you. I've been around longer than,
I know, but I'm just saying. In the short amount of time we've been working together.
Has it been 8 months?
I don't know.
I think it was at the beginning of the year, wasn't it? Somewhere
I
around
don't
there?
know. You're exhausting. So it feels like 17 years.
You know what it is that you get to have a passionate experience and so that when you have a great time and you learn a lot and like you use a lot of energy, you walk away feeling like filled up with sunshine and goodness and information.
You keep talking, the camera's going to pick up your thighs because it's getting deep, and you're going to have to lift them up off the ground. All right?
My God.
I think you have to bleep out thighs, right?
I will say I did kick the camera earlier.
For our audience, I'm in shorts and I'm very pale, so I felt self-conscious about that beforehand.
Now it's out there.
Yep, now it's out there.
Yep.
Thanks to somebody.
You kicking the camera? No, I'm kidding.
No, I don't. That showed more of like that and that.
Okay.
It didn't.
Good help's hard to find.
Well, not everybody tans.
When she's on the phone, she doesn't kick the camera. So the fact that she's paying attention.
Well, she looked over at us and she was like, "They need help today." So she is.
Well,
doing her
when
part.
you start the episode with, "What are we gonna talk about?" and then nobody says anything for a second.
It's the Seinfeld episode of nothing. Mm-hmm. That's what it's going to be.
Speaking of Seinfeld, Larry David has another season coming out. Are you familiar with, not of Seinfeld, of the show Larry David?
What's it got to do with Seinfeld?
He's the creator of Seinfeld.
Oh.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is the name of that show. So never mind. All right.
You want to know what show
you said
I've been
Seinfeld.
watching?
Oh. Because Seinfeld was a show about nothing.
Correct. And the creator of that was Larry David, who continued the show about nothing on a more personal level, which is called Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is on HBO Max, and another season's coming out. Ted Lasso, is that what you were going to talk about? Is that the show you were talking about? Like,
HBO Max is like tanking.
No, it's Max now.
Yeah, that's why it's tanking.
Max,
Max.
not HBO.
I listened to another podcast, a business podcast, and they talked about how like that's the worst mistake they could ever make. Was dropping
Everybody's still going to call it HBO.
Because HBO is such an iconic brand and been around forever, and they may call it HBO, but apparently they're losing money. So.
I believe it.
But then again, everybody's losing money, so
which is why we need to raise our prices.
How to raise our prices, so which is interesting because the article I read last week. What's today? Yeah, last week.
Monday.
Is it really?
Yeah, but this is like now you have to air this on a Monday, so not too.
Yeah, it's going to be on a Friday, so maybe Monday. Well, when Courtney gets things out officially, it's typically a Monday because she tells me it'll be up on Friday. And then when I check it for Saturday, it's never up, or it's only up in like two places.
Else to do that she was working really, really well.
And then she ignores my text messages, and then on Monday it's like I'm working on it. So
you're not texting people outside of office hours, are you?
Yes,
when they don't do their job during office hours, I do, which is quite a lot for one individual.
Yeah.
See, I think so. All I'm hearing is about a lot of complaining. Like you are pro women, right? We're not. I'm not getting with this. I want to make sure that I'm
You're here, aren't you?
I am. I'm complaining about
he
it.
says all this, and then he'll be like, "Courtney, I hope you don't leave."
Oh, that's so nice. I know he really is nice.
But that's just because I'm lazy and I don't feel like finding somebody to replace her. That's a lot of work.
That's because she can't. That's exactly right. She is irreplaceable with the amount of work she does.
Oh,
he just
like
said.
That.
He just
anyways,
said you do a lot of work.
back to the original point that people are starting to push back from high prices. Like Heinz, Kraft, all these brands are seeing declines in their sales quarter after quarter because people are tired of paying, $7 for a slice of cheese. So
yeah, it's insane. Anything over $20 is expensive to me.
Yeah, I mean when you go to the store and you get like 4 or 5 things and it's like $60. We're in a different world. So yeah, inflation may be coming down because
people are like putting their foot down. I mean, that would be great.
Yeah. Anyways, but yes, that's the only reason I don't want Courtney to leave. I mean, she's causing me a lot of headaches, but
Woohoo.
I don't want to take the energy to find somebody else. It's hard.
I already said if he gets rid of you, you can come to me if you want, or you could just do that anyway. That might be kind of fun.
You say that after about a week, you'd be like, man, Sid was right.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I feel like we could conquer the world together. It'd be fun.
Yeah. Courtney, have you done this yet? Working on it.
I would just like to say that he didn't tell me that we were recording this episode until Saturday.
I did, just not out loud. Just told you inside my head.
Yeah, so when he told me that, I was like, oh, what time is it? Yeah, April already told me.
Well, that's how the conversation started. She said something about a podcast with talking to you. He's like, are we doing a podcast on Monday? I guess we are.
go. I mean, I'm excited that I remembered. So
I would have yelled at her come 11:30 when she wasn't here. Where are you?
well, you wouldn't be yelling at her if she wasn't here. Nobody yell at.
No, I know, because it's not like she answers the phone when I call her.
I do answer the phone when you call. Mm-hmm. And if I don't, I immediately call back. Unless it's on the weekends.
So how's business going?
Business is going really well.
You want to hire people?
I have I do subcontracting of technicians.
Because you say we a lot, and I don't ever know. And then it's like just me, and then I'm like, well, is we like other personalities?
Yeah,
or
it's
like
the voices.
Depending on which version of me people get that day,
yeah, because it's a fair question.
And that reports back to you.
Yeah.
You know, so no, I do have individuals that I work with that I can hire as a technician for the day or that kind of stuff, or and people that work part-time for me for admin stuff. So that's good.
Use virtual assistants, real people.
Real individuals.
I mean, virtual assistants are real people too, but just
there's a lot. I think that's
can't
great,
believe you
and I think
insinuated that they're not real people. That's hurtful.
I find that it would be wonderful, and I think they will do a great job as far as virtual assistants and such. But there's a lot more planning, I think, that has to go into that rather than training someone face to face. And when they're there in person and they finish a task, then you can kind of think of other things you haven't had a chance to do. So it's almost just having that third arm, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
I just wondered. A lot of virtual assistants is all the rage these days.
So. Yeah, I haven't ventured into that yet. I did, like I said, we just opened up. We just opened up our scheduling online. So baby steps, but that's the thing. I'm taking baby steps, and I'm proud that we're able to do that because the economy, like we've been talking about, isn't as fruitful on all the sides. And so knowing I haven't, being independent is going well.
So when you hire people part-time or whatnot, these technicians, do you, in your world, is it hourly or is it commission-based?
Right now it is hourly.
Yeah.
So but the plan is when individuals come on full-time as radon measurement specialist to give them a commission on that.
Yeah.
And then that way too, I think sometimes when things are commission-based, then they take ownership and they're out there wanting to bring in their own clients.
Yeah.
And then I can absolutely respect that. If that's someone that they're going to work with on a repeat basis, or maybe they are proactive and, reach out to a community organization and they begin to do, several homes in that community, then I want them to have that privilege. So,
yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to it. The pros is you hope they take ownership because they want to work. The cons is if there's a downturn, then they go the stress of commission. Yeah.
Right.
Or if you go hourly, then it's, they get paid no matter what, so they may not care. So,
right.
Yeah.
I think my biggest thing for
But they could stick around longer because it's steady.
Right.
Yeah.
Like trying to figure out how to, and I know like as far as being in the inspection world, how to figure out training individuals and paying for that training and education and wanting to, and expecting the loyalty, because if you train someone, you want them to stay with you. So
you do. And you can always go with the adage of train them so they can leave, but treat them so they can stay.
Yes.
So they want to stay,
yes.
But it's easier said than done sometimes.
$11 coffee every now and then.
Every now and then. Look, I do buy her stuff.
Choose love.
Well,
he does get me one of the shake
the frappuccinos.
Oh, that's nice. He paid for our lunch one day. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been told.
Yeah.
So yeah. I bring her Dr. Peppers.
Every once in a while.
Is that your favorite?
Soda wise, yeah. That, and then if I'm at a restaurant or something, I might spice it up and go with a Fanta or something.
Have you tried the whole half and half inside the Dr. Pepper yet?
Absolutely not.
The what?
That does not sound good to me at all.
Half and half what?
Like the milk or the cream that you put inside coffee, or that some individuals put inside coffee.
Oh, actual half and half. I thought you were talking about half and half, like half.
What's the definition
Yeah.
of save wrong?
diet.
Like
Right.
lemonade and tea, half and half.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's good. It just tastes kind of like a melted.
I've heard
Coke
people put like
float or
milk
something.
in Coke. Have you heard that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I've
it's just
seen
like
stuff like that, but it just
a melted Coke float or something. Have you ever had a Coke float?
I've had a Coke float, but I'm not gonna put milk in it.
I have not had
Well,
a Coke float,
ice
nor
cream
have I
is-
had a root beer.
No, it's not. It's
float.
ice cream.
Yes, those are the best. Root beer is the best.
I have never had one.
What?
Oh.
What are we talking about?
root beer
Root beer
floats.
floats.
You've never had a root beer float?
I've never had a root beer
I mean,
float.
if you're
From
gonna
communist
have
China?
one,
No, I've just
That's
never
like
go
most
to,
un-American thing
like,
I've ever
an
heard.
A&W.
I've just never had the interest.
Your parents have failed you.
All right. Speaking of Americana, when somebody says American food,
Huh?
what do you think of?
Cookout. Not like the drive-through cookout,
like
but like
hamburgers
and
and
hot
hot dogs?
dogs.
Barbecue
Barbecue.
or
Okay, barbecue.
when we take something and we, add
Americanize it.
Americanize it, like we could take burritos and then we'll put mac and cheese in it, stuff like that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, people do it.
The waffles, the mac and cheese waffle.
Yeah, yeah.
I love me some mac and cheese. I can get down with mac and cheese.
So
We went to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant in Vegas, and I got mac and cheese there.
a
Was it
local
good?
It
restaurant,
was so
Was
good.
it worthy?
they do a brisket or pulled pork burrito with mac and cheese in it and a bunch of other stuff in
Where
it.
is this?
Sibley's barbecue right down the road.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's American. That's American food right there.
All right.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's
Anything
good.
like
It's really
super
good.
greasy that would make people go like, oh, at normally is American. Like the fried Oreo.
Right. I don't want that
Fried butter.
reputation. I want like
Fried butter.
That's a thing.
yeah. I don't know. I want a few more healthy things like we could just kind of get in there,
And
like some
that's called Europe.
Mediterranean diet.
Yes, that's not America.
Well,
You're in the
what
wrong
do you
country.
think is like American food?
No, I do think like hamburgers,
Stop
that
trying
kind
to change our
of thing.
country.
But I think Thanksgiving foods, Thanksgiving Day.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
I just I wish we had more variety and like people didn't just go to the fatty fast foods to think of as American.
It's the good eating though.
No, I'm gonna have to pass. I mean, like I don't bode well with it. Like I just
Taking a hamburger and making like not just a double, but like 6 patties. Yeah, that's Americanized.
Oh, so when I was like out west, we did like this huge hiking trip, like my family. And we stopped at this restaurant and I got like the big boy sandwich or something like that. And it was like 3 patties with barbecue on top of it. And
Did
then,
you
like,
try to put it all in your mouth at once?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It was like all dripping down on me. And I was like, this is disgusting,
Are there
but
any
delicious.
photos?
So
There's not. There's a photo of me on the airplane, like passed out with my mouth like wide open. So I'm in the aisle seat.
Oh wow, that's good. So everybody can see.
Everyone saw.
There's a restaurant in Sandston, Fat Boys hamburger place, really good place, and they do their standard burger. I think is a double, but for like an extra $1, you just keep adding patties, and every now and then they'll post on Facebook like somebody will put like 6 or 7 patties on a hamburger.
My God.
But all their hamburgers, they have a bunch of different kinds. They'll do like peanut butter and jelly hamburgers, the mac and tack with mac and cheese, and then they do like the
Did I get that?
thing probably. I mean, it's mac and cheese.
Probably. Mac
There's a
and
place
cheese.
in
They're-
Hanover that
they're-
has the macaron. I mean the peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it's called.
Their burger of the month last month, which I didn't go. It was like a burger with like a fried chicken breast on it and like a bunch of other stuff. It was insane.
I tried. So I'm a pescatarian, and not by choice, but I do choose it since it makes me not feel sick. So
Makes sense.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
Glad you cleared that up for us.
Right.
Not by choice, but by choice.
Exactly. But just yesterday I was craving a hamburger, and I haven't had a hamburger in 25 years. I mean, it's been a long time. And so, but I was really just craving one. So Shake Shack they've opened up
The new
here.
thing, yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And so they've got some wonderful, or so they say, vegetarian options. And so I got the portobello mushroom fried. It's like and it's supposed to be fantastic. It was not. I mean, it was a fantastic prices and it was very large, but I was really, really disappointed. I had to tear into it.
I'll be honest with you. Do you go to Texas de Brazil because they have vegetarian options too? I mean,
No.
Okay,
No,
so I
normally,
feel like this is kind of on you to go to a burger place.
You gotta go to like California
vegetarian.
for that.
That's the thing though. That they pride themselves on, vegan options and all that kind of stuff and their shakes as well as having lactose free, so they advertise the alternative to.
Well, sure, to get people like you in there.
Well, okay, it worked.
It did. It worked.
But I just did not like it. It was not.
I went to Texas Day, Brazil, and I was so upset.
Where is that?
It's in Short Pump now.
Okay.
Yeah, the mall right there. You've never been?
Mm-mm.
You know what it is?
I've not been either.
Is that where they have like the sticks of stuff? So
all it is just meat. I mean, they got a salad bar, but yeah, they just come around with like a dozen different types of meats.
So I can do shrimp. I can do,
They don't have shrimp there. They have
I
chicken.
bet they do.
They don't.
I bet they do.
I've been there.
I bet they have salmon or shrimp.
They don't. They have a ton of different steaks, sausages, chicken, pork.
Ohana's. Have you ever been to Ohana's? It's at Disney.
Disney World.
Yes. You've been there?
Of course.
Love it. That is.
And they continue to come around. Like you will and you just keep eating.
That's
all
what Texas Day Brazil is.
That's what I envision it. All you can eat.
You have a little thing on it's green and red, like a coaster. And as long as it's green, they keep stopping. You can take a break, turn it over to red, and they'll stop.
Can you stay there through multiple? Like, if you get there at lunch, can you stay there until after dinner?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Hot Pot has you have a 2-hour time at Hot Pot. So
I don't even know if they're open for lunch. To be honest with you,
probably don't have to be.
Yeah.
If you're,
maybe they are now. Maybe I read that they do lunch now. I don't know.
I've had, there's a sushi restaurant that does the same, and where you can, an all you can eat kind of thing. But I don't appreciate it because I feel like with sushi, it's not fresh, and they also monitor whatever you get or order. You have to eat all of it, or you have to pay for it.
Do you go to Hibachi and upset about the vegetarian options?
No, because they have seafood.
Okay.
Can you eat fried rice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What can't you eat?
What can I not eat?
Yeah.
Turkey, chicken, pork, beef.
What about like eggs? Because that's like chicken, but it's like a baby.
That's our public education system. There's spotters right there.
Baby.
So my friend is gluten free. So
is it due to celiac or sensitivity or?
It's not by choice.
Okay.
So you can't eat any of the good stuff, huh?
I have good stuff. That's why I'm wishing that we had more.
Don't tell me like tofu is good stuff. You eat tofu?
I do eat tofu, but it has to be done well.
Things. Tofu doesn't look appetizing to me. Right. My friend also eats tofu, loves it. It's just
you have to know how to cook it, and it also absorbs whatever flavor. So I'll throw it in when I'm cooking for.
Right? It's like styrofoam.
It's a building block.
Yeah,
right, like you get to build a fantastic meal. Why does that sound like a negative thing?
You know what? I could also take hamburgers and make a fantastic meal.
Yes, no, I mean
as a kid, I was taught not to
play
eat my toys. No, not to eat my toys, and that looks like a building block that I played with as a kid. So it's just.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like going for my quadruple bypass surgery. You're going to win. I'm like, man, but it was good while I got there.
Mm-hmm. YOLO.
That's right.
Well,
it's like the lactose intolerant people. They'll eat a gallon of ice cream, and then they'll be like.
No, I think I have a lactose issue. You're like, yeah, because you ate a whole gallon.
Goodness.
No, but people that are lactose intolerant, at least with my generation.
So you can't drink milkshakes?
I mean, I can. It just doesn't.
Do you want to change the subject yet?
Bode well.
Just doesn't.
No, this is fascinating.
Things are going to happen
for anyone in the room. Including myself.
Because people will do that. Yeah, lactose intolerant people will.
And I'm not intolerant. I'm just sensitive.
I have a buddy. He was in the Army. He was a Ranger in the Army, and he's lactose intolerant. I'd make fun of him all the time. Like, how can you? You're the worst soldier ever. Like, you can't even eat it. Al Qaeda gives you some ice cream and you're done. Like, they slip you some milk and you're done. Take you out of the fight.
Well, here's the thing: is people that know that they're lactose will still drink and eat.
Well, he would still eat ice cream. That's why I would make fun of him.
You still they still do that. Right. They're like, this is a future problem.
That's right.
This is a future me problem.
No, when I was sick, couple like week ago or something, and I got a milkshake from Chick-fil-A.
Because it made everything better?
No, because I was already ill. I knew I wasn't going to,
Wasn't going to get any worse?
No, it wasn't. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend that's lactose intolerant, and we'll go out for ice cream. She's like, Courtney, let's go out for ice cream. And aren't you? Yeah, I don't care. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, most places have an alternative option, like
she don't get that.
Sure.
And
I love sorbet.
The dairy-free is good.
Sherbet?
I mean, yeah.
Dairy-free what?
The dairy-free ice cream.
What about
ice cream?
Yeah, some of it. Sometimes I can do like.
I mean, can you still call it ice cream if there's no dairy in it? I feel like that's like the foundation of ice cream.
I think you have to learn where you're at, though. Like, sometimes it's a whole lactose thing. Sometimes it's a cow thing.
Ice cream that starts with a G?
Without being
Gelato?
Gelato. What about that?
I think that's still dairy.
It is very dairy.
It's like
very
probably like whole milk, right?
It's cream.
It's Italian.
Yeah.
Ooh. Busch Gardens
Definitely
has
not
a
good for you,
gelato place, and I don't get gelato there. I get their like sorbet or whatever it is.
Well, there you go.
Raspberry. It's very good. It's my favorite. Highly recommend. I will be stationed over near it this
gelato
year.
place in Busch Gardens is never open anymore.
It isn't.
Ever.
They announced on Twitter that it was reopening, and I got super excited.
And then she told me, and I was excited. And then we went, and guess what? Wasn't open. And then I got mad at Courtney. I blamed her. Yep.
So
Dr. Pay.
hello screen. I didn't notice
because she never checks her pay, so she doesn't notice if she gets paid or not. So.
Yeah, is that?
I get the emails saying that I've been paid. I just don't look at the amount.
I could literally pay her like $7, and I think we can get away with that for a little bit. Save the company some money.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know exactly how much I'm making and bringing home and everything else, but I don't think it's just her.
She rolls over, checks her email, and then rolls back to sleep. Mm-hmm. Mind you, I do this at like 10 o'clock in the morning, so it's not even the right time.
Right. I mean, one of my sons, I said, how much are you getting paid at this restaurant that you're working at, right? And he was like, I don't know. How much did you make in tips? I don't know. Like, that just comes into my account. Like, well, what are you making an hour? I'm not really sure. I think it depends. I'm like, it probably doesn't. There's probably, you're making a certain wage and then you're getting tips. How much of those tips are you getting? I don't know. It just goes there. Like,
just goes there.
I'm like, okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So it's not just you.
I will say, like, my
How old your son?
17.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. My friend who is like the same age as me, she is a waitress, and she called me the other day. She's maxed out her credit card. And two,
I hope it was a small.
Well, she's a student, so.
Well, they give students just free reign for everything. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
$20,000 limit.
T-shirt for signing up for the credit card.
Yeah, $20,000 limit. Yeah, here you go. All the money.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like probably one of the like $1,000 because mine's not a student one because I'm not a student anymore, and my max is like $3,000. So I'm pretty sure it's got to be less than that.
I mean, that's really healthy to not have more.
Well, yeah, like I use mine for gas and then immediately like pay it off.
That's great.
But
way to build your credit score.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Which that's another reason why I can't fire her, because I give her a gas card and she never uses it.
Aww.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'll do it, but that's only if I like come here and then like if I've gone
You're
to
doing
an
a lot
event.
of driving for 360. Then.
And she remembers. The remembering is the key for her. She has to remember she has a gas card.
Yes. And it has to be on me because I have it like
and then you have to remember your PIN
in my actual wallet instead of like cuz I have the like phone wallet and it's not in here.
Does that stay on your phone? I've been needing to make a switch.
I love this thing. It is my like
She's
once
showing
again,
us a pop socket.
awesome radio content. You're doing very well at the radio.
I've said this is why I'm behind the camera and normally never talk.
Yes, very good. Very good.
I said it was on the back of my phone. It's like one of the wallets that go in the back, like the pop socket wallet things.
Pop socket.
Wallets.
Is that not what you think every time? Is the hot pocket?
I think we're going to start doing fines around here when we do podcasts. So every time you do bad radio, bad podcast, like $1 fine.
Me?
Or a song.
Just anybody. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or a song. You can sing.
Yeah.
Or dance.
Yeah.
Do a little jig.
Derail the conversation. That's $1.
Uh-oh.
Well, that probably wouldn't happen if, the host had an organized, plan for the podcast.
I mean, I will say the other episode where April was on, it was very much more structured. I think we derailed like once or twice.
Yeah, but I couldn't handle radon again.
Right. No, it's true. It's like, he was starting to gloss over, and I need to learn how to curb the length of my radon expression, because I feel like I can go for hours and hours and people really just don't care that much.
Yeah, that's me with Busch Gardens. Me with Halloween scare acting things.
I mean, everybody needs their thing.
I could talk about that. I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights this year.
You're going to where? What?
Halloween Horror Nights this year.
Oh, she said something else. Never mind.
Yeah, we had to double check on your,
heard something completely different.
Halloween Horror Nights.
That didn't help at all.
Didn't help at all. Slowed it down.
Yeah, that made it worse, actually.
I don't understand.
Yeah, Halloween Horror Nights.
That's what it's called.
Okay, sure.
HHN.
Yep.
At Universal.
We'll talk about this after the episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to that this
year.
year.
At Universal, that's great.
I'm super excited about it. We're having like a little girls trip.
Are you doing that during the, are you still going to
It's a women's trip to Halloween Horror Night.
Horror! Oh my God.
There it is.
She's like, are we saying the same thing?
I'm so confused.
So that's in Florida. And in September, are you still doing the inspection,
Yes.
and you're teaching a class there?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
And what's your class on?
It's on marketing.
Marketing.
Yep. Not a completely different conference than Courtney. She's not talking now.
Oh, no.
I'm done.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap this up. Okay, man, get it fined by the SEC. The one person that listens to this is going to report it.
Listens all the way to the end. That's the thing. All the way to the end.
No, you'll have 2 this time.
Yeah.
My dad will listen.
Oh God.
Hi, Larry.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. I think it was fun, not productive, but fun.
It was good.
So we'll do this again.
Absolutely.
So.
Thank you for having me. Maybe we'll have a little bit of some structure.
Probably won't.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The first one's structured. After that, it's just downhill from there.
Downhill.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to have another joke as well.
All right. I'll bring some.
You didn't laugh very much. It was a good joke.
It was not. That's a clue that it was not.
I laughed.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
another clue.
I feel like he needs to say more positive things in our direction.
You know,
Well,
I've been watching the Muppets a lot lately, like the old. Yeah.
Best.
I have yet to know a single star when the guest stars or whatever. I've yet to know a single one that has been on there, and I'm
Next
7
time.
episodes deep.
Next time we do this, we'll do it later in the day, and I'll start drinking the whiskey, and then I'll laugh. How about that?
That sounds great, but I mean, you can have an alternative beverage for me.
What do you want? I'll bring the alternative.
I'll just bring some coffee and we'll put it in a shot glass. It'll be fun.
Boo.
I mean, what do you want? Banana rum? Coconut rum?
No way.
Have you ever had the chocolate wine?
Hypnotic? So you want some hypnotic?
No,
Hennessy?
I'm a tequila girl.
Tequila.
But it
You
has to
want
be
to
nice.
know? You
And
want to
not
know what
Patron,
you would
that's not
like?
good.
Because you like the coffee taste, right?
I like coffee tasting coffee, but that's it.
Okay.
Good.
So
That's true.
have you ever heard of the Buzz Balls?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
They have an espresso one that tastes it's coffee.
But it's probably sweet, right?
Not really.
It might
it
have milk.
tastes.
We reviewed this lactose thing earlier.
No, I don't think it has milk in it. They also have a chocolate one, which I really like the chocolate one because it tastes like chocolate wine. Because it's like the orange wine thing mixed with chocolate, so it's like the orange whatever mixed with espresso.
Right, and it's like the equivalent to a glass of wine or something in them, right?
No.
It
It is one of the little Buzz Balls has the same amount of 4 shooters in it.
Oh, are you sure? Because I thought I saw them at the grocery store.
They are.
I
They're.
think that they could have that high of a.
I could tell you the percentage. Hold on. All right,
I'll
we
be
can end
honest.
this.
I was zoned out. I was staring straight into this light.
Do you see the shape
throughout the
other
whole
places?
segment? Yeah.
No, mezcal. I love I like a good smoky.
We got mezcal at the house.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not a tequila person though. I use that for margaritas or whatever.
No,
don't drink
I
tequila
sip it. I
straight.
don't shoot anything. I sip it, but if it's a good, tequila, the same way with like coffee, you have to actually enjoy what you're drinking. I'm not like putting anything in
Yeah,
it.
like
15%.
Exactly, if that's what you like.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
15%
like wine.
alcohol.
Someone asked me, what would you do with basil hate? And I said, I'd put some ice in a glass and pour the basil in the glass. Like, I don't understand the question.
That's the one with the horse on top, right?
No, that's the Blanton's.
Blanton's, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yep.
15% alcohol
Basil
by
Hayden's hard to get
volume.
right now, right?
Basil? No. What's hard to get is...
Blanton's.
Well, Blanton's is probably hard too.
No.
But it's Buffalo Trace is hard to get.
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
got a bottle. Thanks to Jeff Zielinski. He brought me a bottle.
Aw.
Yep.
You talk about Jeff a lot. Is he your bestie?
He's my bestie.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, he gets me. Yeah. Anyways, let's end this.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.